So this video kind of piggybacks off of the last one. Some people asked me how I stored my food on the CDT. First of all, I used 2 different bags on the CDT. I went southbound, so I used an ursack. I used a large one, if you're wondering. I think it cost like 90 bucks. I used the ursack from Canada to all the way through Wyoming. And then when I was in Rawlins, which is the last town in Wyoming if you're going southbound, that's where I had my sister send me out a Cuben fiber bag that I got from Mountain Laurel Designs. Then I use that the rest of the way. Now when it comes to storing my food at night, I only did a bear hang where it was acquired, which is in Glacier National Park and Yellowstone. In Glacier they have these giant poles at the campsites that you have to spend the night at. That's where you hang it. You do have to bring your own rope though. I didn't, so I just ended up hanging up my ursack on a tree branch. And Yellowstone is pretty similar. You don't have to do a bear hang if you have the required food storage, which I think is a bear can. I didn't have that, so I just hung my food. Again, you need to bring your own rope there, and it's pretty much the exact same thing as Glacier. They'll have those giant bear hang poles for you to use.
Alright, I'm here at my campground for the night. The mosquitoes are insanely bad right now. Toilet over there. They do require you to hang your stuff, so I bought some rope at the store, hung it up there. I thought they would have some hooks for me to tie it off to, but they didn't, so I just wrapped it around the tree a million times, so I hope that holds.
There aren't that many bear can requirements on the CDT, not like the PCT where you have to carry it like 200-300 miles through the Sierras. I think the only place where it's required is through the Rocky Mountain National Park, and that's at the northern end of Colorado. But that section is only about 22-23 miles, so what most hikers do, they'll just camp right on the edge of it, and then the following day they'll just do that whole loop in one go, so they don't need a bear can. That's what I recommend. Might as well just save yourself the time and the money. Now when I didn't hang my food, I either 1, I slept with it, or 2, I just put it in my ursack and I just hung it on a tree branch, I don't know, 50 feet away from my tent. I know a lot of people don't like to sleep with their food for obvious reasons, but most thru hikers do this on pretty much every trail. I never actually put my food in my tent. It's just always in that little vestibule. I've heard of some hikers who legitimately use their food bag as a pillow or as a footrest when they're sleeping. I don't go that far. I don't like to keep food in my tent. Now, when I use my ursack, I don't actually hang it up that far. I just tie a knot on top of it, and then I just find a pretty sturdy branch that's off the ground, and it's usually just at like hip to chest high, so it's not even that high. The reason I don't do bear hangs is because 1, they just take a lot of time, and 2, I didn't carry the rope. Most people who do bear hangs, they don't do it correctly. Out of all the trails that I've hiked the past 3 years, the AT, the PCT, and the CDT, long trail, I've actually never even seen one correct bear hang done. Grizzly bears and even black bears are a lot smarter than you think, so they can easily get to your food if you don't do it correctly. Now, even though my food was pretty close to me and even pretty much right next to me when I slept, I never had a bad encounter with a bear or any kind of animal at night. I went over this in my last video, but I never ate where I slept. I always cooked and prepped and ate my dinner about an hour prior to where I actually camped. I never camped at a designated camp spot that other hikers have used unless I had to. I always just went off trail and I found a flat spot that has probably never even been used before. If you camp in camp spots that other hikers have used, that means the smell of food is lingering there because other people have cooked there. So that means you're more likely to run into a chance of a grizzly bear coming to camp. So in grizzly country, I would definitely recommend not eating where you sleep.